So before we get into the video, I do want to send my heartfelt concern to everyone in Florida right now. Obviously, hurricane season is always no joke. That's one of the reasons I left the South. I'd rather deal with snow. But another hurricane is coming to Florida, and this one looks potentially more devastating than the one that just hit was. My mother lives in Florida and stuff like that, so I do have some ties to it. Just stay safe out there. You know, always realize you can always replace physical goods. You can never replace yourself, so take the necessary precautions. And I hope that the storm diverts. But I do want to talk about video games on this channel today because, well, I'm a video game channel. And, you know, recently I feel like I've kind of had a negative slant on video games in the video game industry, but rightfully so. You know, it hasn't been a banner year for the video game medium. There's been lots of controversy, lots of things happening behind the scenes and sort of stuff, you know, the whole culture war thing or whatever. But I always look at it from a strictly video game perspective, and from just a game perspective, you know, there's been lots of disappointments. There's been lots of letdowns. There's been colossal failures. But when things are getting good, and it looks like things are finally going to be awesome for video game fans, we also have to celebrate that as well. And this looks to be an absolutely outstanding week for video games. There are 3 brand new video games that are coming out that are absolutely torching Metacritic scores, with fan reception seeming to be really well done as well. So I just want to highlight this because this seems to be a really exciting week for video games, and 2 out of the 3 games I am going to be playing. Now, I do want to preface this by saying, Nintendo fans, none of these games are on your system. You just got Echoes of Wisdom. You're probably still playing that game. It's a really good game. I'm sure you're still playing through it because you're dealing with the menu system of it being very archaic, but you've got your game to play, and I hope you're enjoying it. But let's just start talking about these games. So the first of the 3 games is Metaphor ReFantazio. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this game because, spoiler alert, I actually have a video coming out about this game very soon on the channel within the next couple of days. As yes, RPG85 has been playing this game, but holy crap, a 94 on Metacritic? That is absolutely insane. Now, Metaphor ReFantazio is, of course, a new RPG game from the minds that brought you Persona 3, 4, and 5. Like I said, I have been playing this game, so I'm going to save most of my sort of analysis for my upcoming video. But you know, this is obviously, and now has to be in the Game of the Year contendership. Even if you get a couple low scores with this, we're still looking at a 90 at the very bare minimum here. You know, this is a really well executed RPG game that brings some new mechanics into things that actually make it kind of stand out from a lot of other games. You see here, you got 90s, you got 100s. It's high on PC, it's high on Xbox as well. This will be an Xbox Game Pass game as well. So if you have Game Pass, great way to play the game. But yeah, this looks to be an absolute home run. And I get it, you know, JRPGs can, you know, be a little off-putting for some people. But if you like JRPGs, like there's really, it seems like there is no excuse not to be playing Metaphor ReFantazio. Like I said, I'll have a video out in a couple of days, but definitely excellent to see. You know, that game comes out on October 11th. So, you know, a couple more days for that game. But another game that comes out also on October 11th, which, you know, this is the one game out of the 3 that I'm not playing. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, I'm not a Dragon Ball fan by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, I think we can agree that sometimes Dragon Ball games have a lot of style, but not a lot of substance to them. And, you know, there's so many characters, there's so many timelines to go in with this that people just want a good, fun Dragon Ball game, and especially on the modern platforms. Now, this game is sitting at an 83, which honestly is pretty high for a Dragon Ball game. And it seems like the general consensus is, I mean, even this game, or this review from GameRactor UK, ultimately Dragon Ball Sparking Zero feels like a game made for the fans above all. Like, good. Isn't that what video games are supposed to be? Aren't video games, especially in a series, in a franchise, supposed to be for fans of the franchise, for fans of the source material, for fans of it? Like, you know, you could get into the whole modern audience thing. Oh, we're trying to bring more people in. Like, there are more than enough people that love Dragon Ball to support this game. Dragon Ball is not, it's not some niche franchise that needs a little, you know, a little push in a direction to potentially get new people involved in it. A comic book gave it a high score. Hey, poor player. I know those guys over there. And, you know, this just seems like, once again, another very high quality game that is also releasing this week. So, you know, we're pretty much 2 for 2 here. Like I said, you know, I'm not a Dragon Ball fan. I've watched a couple episodes. I didn't understand, like, what the hell was going on. So I let it pass me by. And I will continue to let it pass me by. But if you are a fan of Dragon Ball, that seems like an absolute winner here. That also comes out on October 11th. And then on October 8th, which is at the time of the filming of this video tomorrow, we have the game that I'm probably the most interested in playing out of these three, because I'm already playing one, and Dragon Ball, I'm not playing that. But that would be Silent Hill 2, coming in at an 87 on Metacritic, which is honestly quite a bit higher than I thought it was going to be. Generally favorable reviews. Now, if you got like the collector's edition of this game, I believe you got early access to it. And even, you know, if you excuse me, if you have a little distrust towards video game journalists and video game reviewers or whatever, like, even fans of Silent Hill are saying it's a really good game. It's a really top-notch experience, and they did the source material justice with this. So 87, you know, this is a PS5 and PC game as it stands right now, sitting at an 86 on PC. But it seems like, you know, very high reception for this. And really, you know, this is a big win for Bloober Team. You know, they are someone who has been at the butt of jokes because, you know, some of their games just haven't been up to the standards of what people want and what people really, you know, felt that this team was potentially capable of. But when you give them Silent Hill 2, obviously, you know, eyes are going to be solely set on this. Silent Hill 2 is a game, you know, it's been over 20 years since I played it. Maybe once I start playing it again, I'll start remembering things from the game and be like, oh yeah, this is what happens. I don't remember nothing about this game. It has been a very long time. And yes, the lead up to the game wasn't exactly the smoothest sort of lead up or anything like that. You did have a lot of questions surrounding the game. You did have a lot of questions surrounding, you know, the combat, the movement system, the graphical engine and stuff like that. So there were concerns for the game that I think were completely justified. But as time went along, the game did look better. And I think people were accepting of that. There's this weird mantra right now where it's like, if you're negative towards something, automatically it's for nefarious reasons, or you want the game to fail, or this, that, and the other. And it's just like, no, we just want the game to be good. And if there are things to be concerned about in trailers, then it's worth noting. Negativity in and of itself and being critical of something isn't a bad thing. It's how things get better. Because maybe they don't realize that that is something that should be adjusted. Maybe they don't realize, like, look at the Sonic. Remember Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie? And it came out with that gross looking hedgehog, and then they fixed it. And then now it's a huge franchise that's very successful. Do you think that the people behind the first look of Sonic the Hedgehog are like, damn it, those negative people, they ruined it by making us tons of money? Oh, darn. Like, people genuinely, I think, want video games to be successful. I think they want games to be of a high quality, and they want games to succeed. And to see 3 games this week alone just be absolute bangers in terms of critical reception, in terms of what we've seen from fans so far, because all 3 of these games have had a lot of hype around them. All 3 of these games, most of these games have been already played by fans as well. And all of them seem to be really well received. So I just wanted to highlight this, man. Because you have to highlight good stuff within video games along with the bad stuff. If you only focus on the bad stuff, not only are you going to drive yourself insane, but you don't get to enjoy things. So 2 of these 3 games, I'm super looking forward to. You know, we're getting into the holiday season. And, you know, there's always that sense of, you know, the big games are finally coming. You know, this is the time for it. And to see some of these games be successful in terms of critical reception, like, I think that's really good. And I think that's a very good thing for an industry that maybe needs to realize that, hey, making a game for fans and focusing on the fans of a game instead of trying to cultivate whatever you're trying to cultivate, maybe that's not a bad idea. I'm just saying. So let me know in the comments section down below. Do you guys plan on playing any of these 3 highly critically acclaimed titles? Once again, if you're in Florida, please stay safe, man. That shit is no joke. I'm hoping that it diverts or gets weak, but doesn't seem like that's the case. My mom has already left her house. It sounds like I was about to cry there. I don't know. I need a sip of beverage. My mom has already left her house, so she should be all right. But oh, that's good. That's good. Very dry throat here. Anyways, I'm just rambling now. Stay safe, Florida, and I hope you guys get to play some of these video games. And let me know what you want to play in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit the bell as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.